I thought escaping the basement meant I was safe, but as I stepped into the main hallway, a cold dread gripped me. The house had changed. Doors I knew led to bedrooms now opened into walls. Hallways twisted unnaturally, impossible angles forming labyrinths that defied logic. I tried to call for help, but my phone had no signal, the screen flickering with static that seemed almost alive. Every sound, the drip of water, the hum of electricity, was amplified, echoing through the walls like whispers meant just for me. Shadows shifted independently of light, stretching, crawling, pooling in corners, always moving, always watching. I realized the terrifying truth. The house itself was alive, and it hated me. Every room was designed to trap me, every turn to confuse me, every shadow to terrify me. The living room, which I had always found comforting, now seemed foreign, the furniture rearranged into a maze that funneled me toward the back of the house. I could hear it then, the soft dragging of footsteps behind me, but no one was there. The whisper came, low and sinister. "You cannot leave. Lucas, we remember." I ran, heart pounding, dodging corners that seemed to shift under my feet. I reached the kitchen, where the chair I had pushed back days ago was now pulled forward in perfect alignment with the refrigerator door, almost like it was pointing me somewhere. My hand shook as I pushed it aside, but the moment I did, I felt it, pressure on my back, a coldness that crawled over my skin, making my blood run ice cold. I spun around, swinging my arms, but there was nothing. The house had learned me. It knew how I moved, how I thought, and it used that knowledge to trap me. I stumbled into the dining room, and that's when I saw it. Every mirror in the house reflecting not me, but twisted versions of myself, hollow-eyed and grinning, staring back with a malice I couldn't comprehend. Each reflection whispered in unison, "You cannot leave. The house always wins." I backed away, heart hammering, and tried the door to the garage, praying for an exit. Locked. The front door? Locked. Every escape route was gone. The house wasn't just alive, it was hunting me. A low creak behind me made me spin. In the hallway, faintly visible in the shadows, stood a figure, my own shadow again, darker, more solid than before, waiting. The whisper rose to a scream, echoing through every corner of the house. "You cannot hide. You belong to us." Panic overwhelmed me, and I ran blindly into the nearest room, slamming the door behind me, only to find that the room itself had changed. It wasn't a bedroom anymore. It was a dark corridor, stretching endlessly into blackness, with doors along the sides that weren't supposed to exist. I realized then, with chilling clarity, that there was no part of this house that wasn't a trap, no room that wasn't watching, no corner that wasn't designed to terrify me. And somewhere in the darkness, the shadow waited, patient, knowing I had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, because the house itself had claimed me, and it wouldn't let me go. I backed into the dark corridor, heart hammering, trying to make sense of the impossible labyrinth the house had become. Doors appeared and disappeared as I ran, the walls stretching and bending like they were breathing. The shadows followed, moving with a life of their own, whispering my name, mocking me with every step. I tried to find the stairs, to reach the upper floors, to escape, but the layout twisted, confusing my sense of direction, as if the house itself was learning me, anticipating my every move. My chest tightened as I realized that every room I had known, every familiar corner, had been weaponized against me. I stumbled into what I thought was the living room, only to see the furniture arranged into a cage-like structure, enclosing me, while every mirror reflected not me, but dozens of hollow-eyed versions of myself, all grinning, all whispering. "You belong here forever." Panic surged, and I flung open the nearest door, hoping for an exit, only to find the garage had become a void of darkness, the air thick and suffocating, the walls pulsating like a living heart. Behind me, a scraping sound grew louder, deliberate, methodical, and I knew it was the shadow, waiting, studying, savoring my fear. My pulse raced as I realized the horrifying truth. The house didn't just trap me. It was alive, feeding off my terror, shaping itself to torment me, and the shadow was its agent, patient, unyielding. I ran blindly through twisting hallways, banging into doors that weren't there a moment ago, trying to find any exit, any safe space. But every step I took led me deeper into the nightmare. The whispers intensified, merging into a deafening chorus, repeating a single message over and over. You cannot leave. The house always remembers. I backed into a corner, sweat dripping, limbs trembling, when I saw the shadow fully formed before me. Taller, darker, its hollow eyes reflecting every fear I had felt since the first night I was home alone. It moved slowly toward me, patient, unrelenting, and I realized then, with terror that paralyzed me, that I wasn't just trapped in a house. I was trapped in a predator, in a living nightmare, and the house was only beginning to claim me. The final message echoed through my mind, louder than ever, as the walls seemed to close in. There is no escape. Lucas, you belong to us.